if I ask you to define what's your job, what do you do? I talked to somebody who just when we got here, he told me a little bit about it. But it's more than what you actually do on a day-to-day basis. You're helping families. You're helping families provide for their children when they're injured. When a breadwinner is injured, you are helping them provide for their families. What you're doing is important. And often we can forget that. And when you deal with people who are complaining, people who aren't happy with the settlement you're giving them, or the treatment you're providing for them, or the fact that you want them to get back into the workforce maybe a little sooner than they anticipated, or whatever it is, whatever you're dealing with, sometimes it's easy to start feeling that our value as a person declines a little bit. We start feeling not quite as good about ourselves. I have a $20 bill. And if I hold it up and say, okay, who's interested in having this $20 bill? Okay, you guys must get paid an awful lot more than I am. Wow. How do I get a job with you guys? I was at a seminar once and someone offered a free book and I just killed the other guy who we actually collided and ended up on the floor. So $20 is still valuable, right? So I wonder if I go like this. Who's interested in it? Totally. Now suppose I throw it on the floor. Like that. Step on it, like grind it into the ground a little bit. People are still interested, obviously. Because there's still value. It doesn't affect the value of this $20 bill.
I'll give you a $5 bill.
Give me a 50 and we'll talk. You know what? The same holds true when we deal with difficult people. When we're in a stressful situation. From what those of you I've talked to said, it's a good place to work. They're good people you can work with. And that's awesome, but like I said, everything you do during the day isn't positive. You're dealing with negative people. You're dealing with people who are in pain, who have been hurt, who are frustrated, and some people who are stoked to milk as much as they can too. But when we deal with those situations, when we deal with unhappy people, sometimes they say things to us that we normally don't say to other people. They can be cutting, they can say just mean things sometimes, and it can affect how we value ourselves. Today, we want you to know that what you're doing is valuable. But don't base your value on how some of your clients talk to you. It doesn't affect your value. It doesn't matter if they try to grind you in like they did with my shoe. It doesn't affect who you are. It doesn't affect your value and the value of what you're doing. So we want to start our talk with that so that you understand that we're coming at it from the point that we see the service that you provide for the province is huge. The service that you provide for families is vital. Important. So that's the basis that we're coming on. That you're important. That what you do matters significantly.